Hey, this is Gary again from Helm of Sun Valley in San Mateo, California. And today I want to talk about the difference in boots and what makes a performance boot. What are the things in a performance boot that differentiate it from a lower performance boot? Everybody knows that, yeah, a performance boot costs more money, and number two, a performance boot is stiffer. But what are the other differences more subtle? Well, first of all, one of the main differences in a performance boot is that the liner inside the boot, the foams inside the liner are much firmer foams than a boot like this, which is a low performance boot. Low performance boot has thick, soft, cushy foam in it. So when you put your foot in and instantaneously the thing fits. Whereas a higher performance boot, the foams are much firmer, and the reason they need to be firmer, a higher performance skier is putting more forces on the boot, and they want that foot to be held firmly and not move inside the boot. Soft foams are going to allow your foot to move around. Firm foams are not. So, that being said, a firm foam boot has to have more sculpting inside the liner. With a soft foam, it can be flat, and you put your foot in there and it's going to conform to all the little nooks and crannies of your foot. Whereas firm foam, the boot designer has to guess as to what a foot looks like and where the curvatures are, and sculpt those parts of the liner. Also, with that firmer foam, it takes more time for it to break in. It's not going to necessarily fit great right as soon as you put your foot in. So you really need to give it a little bit of time. It'll slowly start to conform to your foot with your body heat and time. A boot will fit very different in 20 minutes after you've had it on for 20 minutes than it does when you first put it on. So that's one of the things that the firm foams inside of a liner. The other difference is that the shell on a high performance boot is much closer to your foot. So along with firmer foams, the foams inside the liner are much thinner, so that the shell, the transmitting part of the boot, can be closer to your foot, and so that gives less opportunity for pack out, and you get less opportunity for movement inside the boot without necessarily having to buckle the boot super tight. Those really are very meaningful differences between the low performance and high performance boot. So to summarize the difference between a higher performance boot versus a lower performance boot, yeah, price, yeah, stiffness, but more importantly, firm foams and a closer fit to the foot. That's what really sets apart a high performance boot from a low performance boot. So if you found this video helpful, or if you have any questions, put a comment in the comment section below the video, and I'll get back to you. Thanks. I'll see you in the slopes.